Well, as I am driving home from work, it pains me. My heart is in pain. It hurts. When you think that you've got it bad, man, life sucks for me, and everything, man, my life sucks, and so many people have a better life than me, and blah blah blah. It only takes listening to one person's story, them telling you maybe their life story or whatever their experience in life, to let you know how out of whack, how beyond absurd you were to think that your life sucked when you listen to what their life is about and how it's been since they were a child. And we've got a young lady working for us at the restaurant. We have 3 of them, all about the same age, 3 young ladies. And most of them are in the same financial situation as each other. Can't afford anything, don't have money. 2 of them don't have cars, they can't drive, can't afford a car. 1 of them has a car. And the one that has the car, they all have kids, by the way, young kids. 2 of them, honestly, I think if I were to offer them some kind of financial help, they'd probably go and blow it. Oh, let's go party tonight, let's go have fun tonight. The other one that I'm doing this video about would not do that. And while I cannot sit here and tell you the details of her life, I noticed she was a little shy when she started working. She was very submissive in a weird kind of way. Like, you know, you accidentally like rub shoulders passing by. Oh, sorry about that. I'm like, oh, it's all right, you know. I wasn't even gonna say excuse me. Like, no, it's cool. You know, same with my boss. Say, you know, no, you don't have to say sorry. Like every little, oh, sorry. It's cool. You know, you don't have to do that. So we kind of could tell she may have had some kind of trauma in her life. You know what I mean? Something. You know, you could pick up on it. So I have private talks with her. You know, you don't have to be all like sorry about that. Like, we're not gonna fire you. Like, we're not. I know you seem like real nervous about your job. You don't want to make any mistakes. Every time you make a mistake, you like are terrified. Oh, I'm so sorry. You know, these are like normal learning mistakes. You don't have to do that. So that kind of let me know, man, there's definitely some underlying issues here that go deep, way deeper than, you know, what should be expected of 2 people, you know, becoming friends at a restaurant, co-workers, I should say, really, at a restaurant. And anyway, so at a young age, she started experiencing bad things in life. Father wasn't really in her life, almost never. They separated, mom and dad separated. And when it was her turn to go see dad, her and her brother would go, hey, we get to go see dad. All right, get to spend that time with daddy. I wants her dad in her life bad. Couldn't ever understand, you know, why did you and mom separate, you know, as a child, man, 5, 6, 7 years old, that's common. Where's daddy? I don't want to hear about divorce. Where's daddy? Where's my dad? The same dad I've had. Well, sorry, but, you know, daddy was abusing me and I had to leave him. You know, it's hard to explain to your kid. Now, I don't know what the reason was that they got divorced, actually, but now this is her parents I'm talking about. So she'd go spend, her and her brother, let's go see daddy. All right, he's going to pick us up. And daddy would pick them up from mama's house, go straight over to his brother's house, which is her uncle, and dump them over there while daddy went to go drink and have a good time for the next Friday, Saturday, Sunday weekend. And then on Sunday, hey brother, which is the uncle, I'll be here Sunday to pick up the kids. Every single time, pretty much. We get to see our dad. Maybe he'll want to spend time with us this time. Maybe he'll do something with the... Nope, dumped them off at the uncle's house. And when they dumped them off at the uncle's house, things would happen there that weren't great, especially not for children to see and be around, and that kind of stuff. So it was even worse to go to the uncle's house, but the dad didn't want anything to do with the kids, pretended he did, I guess, and then just dumped them at the uncle's house. So that was her life growing up. And believe me, there's a whole lot I'm leaving out at this point that she told me. So now, first of all, I told her today I'm going to do a YouTube video because I want to help you get out of the rut you're in. And I know that I've got YouTube subscribers because I've had people tell me on YouTube, hey, if you ever need any help or you have any problems, man, you let me know, I'm here for you. To me. Well, I don't have a problem per se, other than my heart is in pain right now hearing her life story, realizing how good all of us have it. I almost cried, in case you're wondering. I almost cried right there in front of her face when she was just telling me her life story, like it was just, here it is. And I could tell she was upset. She didn't quite cry telling me, but you know, they relive it when they tell you things, and I could see in her face it was painful, hurtful. She's reliving some of the bad memories of her life, and I can see it, and I'm about to, like, I'm trying to, like, not cry myself, literally. And I didn't. I did get a little teary-eyed at one point and held it back, and then I was alright. But she's had a husband, now he's in prison, he's in jail, he's in trouble, no good. Met a new guy, everything's cool. Now he's doing the pills, the prescription pill things, trying to get away from it. He can't stop. She's trying to get away from all that. He's been cheating on her for at least a year now. She finally caught him. He's been hitting on her lately. Didn't want her to get a job, made her stay at the house all day long doing nothing while the kids were at school. So she was like, I haven't had a job in 2.5 years. So she came to us, and it appeared to be good to me. Her application looked okay. Hey, we hired her. She's one of the best workers we have now. She's really there, trying to make money, trying to get the most hours we can give her. She'll take everything you can throw at her. Give me all the hours. So the husband, who now has crapped on her with what he's been doing and cheating on her, she's decided, that's it. I'm not going to get hit on no more. I'm not going to be talked to the way he talks to me. He's not going to abuse me the way he did. I'm out of here. And I'm taking my kids with me. And it all started when now that she has a job in 2.5 years, and was only working part-time to start with, by the way. The husband says, I need $120, we got to go pay the light bill. And I'm going to go pay it. Now, he handles everything. He don't want her seeing the money. He don't want her knowing anything about anything. Just give me your paycheck, I'll take care of everything. So, okay. So she hasn't really had a job since they've been married for almost 3 years now. This is the first job she's finally got. So he's handled all the stuff for her. So she gets home on Tuesday, after that Thursday, when he said, I need the money to pay the light bill. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday come. Tuesday, she gets home, the lights are turned off. She comes to work and says, Joe, do you know if, like, you miss, like, if you just got behind on one light bill, will they, like, shut your bill off, your lights off? I said, man, I don't think they'll do that on one missed late payment or something. Usually it goes on for a little bit more than that. She said, I didn't even get a notice. I said, you got a notice. You didn't got the notice because he got it, but you got a notice. Trust me. Oh, okay. So I said, did you ask him? You were talking last Thursday about your check that we gave you, which was the next day. We gave it to her that Thursday because they came in Thursday. He was going to pay it. I'm assuming he didn't pay it. She said, well, I'm assuming the same thing. So she went back, confronted him about it. Why is the lights off? We've got 2 children here. Now, the children aren't his, it's the previous father, but he's been the father. And the 3-year-old boy has only known nothing but him as the father. The 7-year-old girl, when she was 3 or 4, and the original real dad got in trouble, went away, she had to leave that whole nightmare behind. She took the kids again. So she had to explain to the 3 or 4-year-old girl at the time, you know, daddy's gone, basically, trying to explain it the best you can. And now this new guy's in the life. This is still your daddy. He's your daddy. This guy's your daddy. So that's been daddy for a long time. So now that she's getting rid of this husband that she thought was a good guy at first, and realized over the last year, really, bad decision. I didn't know it, you know, whatever. Abusive, everything you can name. So now she's explaining to the 3-year-old boy who keep asking, where's my daddy, where's my daddy? Honey, I'm your mommy and daddy. you know, there's not going to be the other guy, you know, the name of him. So she said to her daughter, can you try to explain to the 3-year-old what I'm saying, because I had to do this to you when you were 3, and maybe you understand better because you're younger. And the 7-year-old actually did, and tried to explain it. Still, he's not there. The 3-year-old, where's my daddy? You know. Well, he said, I'll give you 30 days to get your stuff out of my house. And she says, next thing she knows, a few days later, I'm coming to bring you this stuff. I'm not waiting any longer. Where are you bringing it? I'll bring it to your grandma's house. So he shows up with this girl at my job who's on the front porch of her grandma's house with the 2 kids. And he's taking all the truckload of stuff is the kids' toys and stuff and furniture, clothes, a few things, and is just throwing it and dumping it in the yard right in front of the kids. And the kids are in tears, crying hysterically. It is killing them that their daddy is doing this. Didn't really faze him. He did it anyways and then left. So she has nowhere to live right now except her grandma's house, in which there's no room for an additional room at all. So she's sleeping on the couch and on the floor of the living room with, I guess, a blow-up mattress or something. I don't even know if she has a blow-up mattress, to tell you the truth. And her kids are there with her. And while she's at work, I believe her grandma watches the kids. And she said, Joe, I can't keep doing this. I got to get my own place. And so I'm looking around, you know. I said, well, good, you know, go ahead. And I got to tell you, in the small city environment that I'm used to now in Tennessee, there's places I'll rent $250, $300 a month for rent. Sometimes even cheaper. And it may be like a trailer or a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom small apartment, but they exist. But she hasn't had a job until literally recently, which is about a month and a half, I guess now, maybe 2 months. And we were mostly giving her part-time. We just very recently gave her basically full-time hours. So she's trying to scrape all this money together to get a down payment of rent to pay for the house. In the meantime, she's got a tooth back here. The back farthest tooth is like a piece of it is cracked or broke or something. Is in absolutely excruciating pain. She's like every day taking the, you know, pills like you know, Tylenol or whatever, Aleve, something. And she's got this stuff, this special stuff, dip it in there, put on the tooth, you know. And I'm like, you know, I was like, I know you're on food stamps and you're getting all the government help you can get for obvious reasons. And I told her, you suck that for everything you can get out of it, honestly. So they don't cover dental. So okay. So I'm thinking, my boss told her today, just call and see what it costs, and we'll see if we can help you out. And we were going to. And it's only a couple $100 to get the tooth pulled, and that's what she needs. I mean, she needs it. She doesn't have the money. She's willing to fight the pain, and trust me, she's in pain, I can tell, just so that she can get that house, so that she has a place for her kids and herself to stay and get out of grandma's house, and stop living on the floor of grandma's house, basically. So my boss basically told her, I'll give you the help you need. I'll pay, you know, set an appointment Monday. We're closed Monday and Tuesday. We got this. So I talked to her a little bit later, and I understand she also, again, didn't have any money when she came to start working for us, even though she had a car. Didn't have insurance for the car because she cannot afford insurance. Got pulled over. Now she has to go to court, pay a court fine or whatever it is, and prove she has insurance. So now she has to do that coming up. So she needs money for a couple $100 to get an apartment as a first month's rent, kind of a thing, security deposit. She's gonna need probably a couple $100 to fight, or not fight it, but pay the court thing. She's gonna need another couple $100 for the tooth and all that. And I told my boss, I said, you know, I'm glad you said you'd help her with the tooth thing, you know, today. I said I was gonna do it myself. I'll put it on my credit card or whatever. I don't care. I can't bear to stand here and watch someone who needs help, who is actually not going to take advantage of other people who decide to help her like most people would. She's one of those people where you would not waste your money and say, hey, I thought I gave you $200 to pay your light bill. oh, well, I needed it for something else. You know, no, she used it on her light bill if she said she was going to. We let her borrow money in the very beginning when she first got the job, thinking, you know, we know you're going to be a week behind paycheck-wise. That's how it is, you know. So she paid it all back. Hey, thank you, you know. This lady is trying so bad to just do what's right, to try to survive, to try to give a better life for her kids than what she experienced herself. And now can see her kids starting to experience some of the crap she dealt with because of all these, well, not all of these, but these two losers as husbands that she had. Drinking problems, you name it, all these guys. Thinks I found a good guy, now he's hopped up on pills, he's drinking, he's blowing all the money, let the light bill lapse because he had to get his pills and other, I mean, come on. Now the kids are seeing this. So she's decided I can't go find another guy, even though I need the financial help of another man, a man in the house who would contribute. I just have to raise these kids myself because I can't risk them being hurt, their spirit, their psyche being hurt and harmed by the crap that I keep getting dealt with, having to deal with. So I'm gonna try to work my butt off, get a little place to rent, give my kids somewhat of a life that I never had. And I'm sitting here watching her over the last 3 months do this and struggle like you can't believe. And it is killing me inside. And I'm thinking, man, this poor girl, her whole dealing with society and people, her whole life, everyone that she's come in contact with, and any kind of real friend, whether it was a friend, family member, you name it, husband, has had a very bad impact, has had a very negative effect of people. So it's almost as if she's on an alien planet dealing, and she's like the slave. So, and you get to a point when you say to yourself, well, everybody's that way. I'm gonna expect everybody to be like this around their lives, which is why she was all extremely submissive to me, my boss, and sorry, man, calm down, man, no, it's cool, we're all right. And now she's finally settling down, realizing, man, at least these two guys, Joe and Ernie, they're actually normal. Man, this is kind of strange. I'm not used to this. So I said, you know what? I said, Jessica, do you mind? As a matter of fact, I don't even think I said, do you mind? I just said, I want to do a video, and I think I might be able to help you because I see you struggling if I do this video. I said, I got a lot of, 8, 9, 10,000 something YouTube subscribers, many of whom are genuine people, genuinely care about people, want to fix things in society, and when are needed from time to time, would probably make them feel good to help somebody who really needs it. And I know you really need it. You've come here and showed us you're really struggling and trying. I said, so rather than Ernie just give you a couple $100 for your tooth, would it be okay if I go onto YouTube and just do a little video about you, some of the things I'm not going into detail, seeing that you are struggling, you're a woman, you have 2 small children, and this is freaking America. How dare anyone have to live this way, ever? Would you mind if I ask my subscribers that if they want to, and this is completely up to you, feel a noble cause of helping someone who is in desperate need financially for those several things I just mentioned to you? Tooth, apartment, rent, got to get car insurance, got to pay the court bill, whatever it is happens in court, fine, whatever the hell happens. She could use probably $1,000, $600, $700, $800, I'm guessing, minimum to take care of all that. Really bad. And I said, I can already tell people in your life, which is like everybody you come in contact with, have been bad experiences. And I know because of what I've experienced in life and the things that I've studied, my YouTube videos, the subscribers, the feedback, the conversations I have with people, my subscribers especially, seeing what they say, these people are on the same page as me, and I see what the hell's happening in the world and the country. And I also recognize when someone genuinely needs help, and it makes me feel good to be able to help somebody when I know it went for the right reasons, which is usually rare because you're tricked and then they take the money and run. I said, I'm going to go ahead and do a video, and I'm going to put up a link for my YouTube, my PayPal account, for any donation you want to give. I don't care if it's $1, $20, $10, I don't care. If you want to help somebody who needs it, and I'm vouching for this girl, she needs it. I'm gonna let this run for a few days. And whatever money I get in there, I will then click on my YouTube, my PayPal account, transfer to bank account. I will then go to my bank, and 3 days later when it shows up, and I will pull every penny of that money that is donated to this lady, to this cause, and I will hand it to her and say, by the way, this is from somebody, or somebodies technically, people who actually cared about you, who have never seen you in your life, who understand what you're going through, and want to let you know that there's other human beings that actually care. And some of them who are already struggling themselves still wanted to give you money, and decided maybe they didn't want to buy something that week, they'd rather give it to you because you need it. And I'm vouching for you, so my subscribers should know I would never dare lie or make some crap up like this. It is killing me. And if I don't get 1 cent from anybody, I don't care. I don't feel like you have to. I will give her some money, and my boss will give her some money, and she will get help. But I felt like for what she has dealt with in her life, to know that complete strangers also contributed because of one guy, which is me, who has a heart, who has subscribers and other friends that also are on the same level as me, would actually go out without her even coming to us for help and do that for her. We'll let her see, I guess, a side of humanity that she has never known to even exist. And I said, bingo, that's why I need to do a YouTube video. She needs to see that more than me and him just saying, here's a couple $100. So I'm leaving this open for anyone that wants to do that. And I will put a link below this video in the description box in YouTube of little donate button, and it's going to go to my PayPal account. I'm telling you now, it's going to my PayPal account. She doesn't have PayPal, she doesn't know what PayPal is, she does not have a bank account, etc. Well, actually, I take that back. She just got a bank account. She just opened one. She just opened one, but she doesn't know anything about PayPal, none of that. And again, I want to do this for her, so I'm done talking, and all I can tell you is, as bad as I want to tell you her whole story, because it really tugs on your heart, it hurts, out of respect, I'm not going to go into detail. So I'm going to leave it at that. Any help anyone can give will not be turned down, and I will be keeping track of just the number of people that have sent something, so that I can tell her, hey, here's X number of people that contribute. I'm not giving amounts. I don't care about amounts. Somebody gave you some help is all that matters. And by the way, here's a list of 25 people or whatever it ends up being that want to help you. Plain and simple, they just want to help you. They don't want it back. They don't want you to borrow it. It's yours to keep because they know what you're going through. So it's amazing to me. And you may say, well, how is it amazing? You talk about, you know, the corruption and stuff all the time, Joe. So what do you mean it's amazing? You know, but I live back in Florida, Brandon, Tampa, Florida area. Had my 8 to 5 job, making good money as head of the IT department, which as you know, I'm going back to in about 2 or 3 weeks now. But I have it's the same routine. I see everything. I'm not physically interacting with a person in her situation. So it doesn't affect you like it does when you're actually there and hearing it live from someone's mouth, saying, hey, they live in America. Hey, I thought this was how America was. I thought it was not this bad. I thought it's a little easier than that. And for all the people out there who tell a woman, why don't you just leave? If he's beating on you, why don't you just leave? It is so hard to leave when you have no money, no car, no nothing to leave. So they're trapped. They're a slave. This girl defied all of that somehow and left, and is now sleeping on the floor of her grandma's house. I'm pretty sure she doesn't even have a blow-up mattress. and it's just some blankets down there, and that's what her kids are now sleeping in. So she says, I don't want my kids to see this kind of stuff. I want a structure, a house, you know, some stability in their lives. I don't want them going down the path, me and my brother, which her brother's in prison now for the rest of his life, or at least a long time. And all I'm hearing is this stemmed from the childhood, from her and her brother. This was childhood experience. These people aren't bad people. Even the brother probably doesn't deserve to be in prison. He's a victim of being a child in bad circumstances that he had no freaking, and her too, no control over. They were children. And I've been through the foster care system with taking in kids in my life, by the way, before we had our kids, and would see the kids that come in would fit this story I just gave you to a T. Those would be her kids if she went down that wrong path. And let me tell you something, when I say wrong path, it might be something where they say, I gotta sell pills or I gotta sell drugs just to make money because I can't get a job and my kids gotta eat. And if that's the reason someone's doing that, I can't tell them they're a piece of crap. You have the right to live and the right to survive. And that's not her, by the way. I'm just using that as an example here. These are victims of bad parents, and those bad parents probably had bad parents. And I'm seeing more of that type of thing in the small town environment out here in the country in Tennessee than I ever care to see and know about the rest of my life. It's pretty disturbing. So I'm done talking. Man, take care.